guys, welcome to EminiJunkie.com, your ES Trading Mentor's free trading video for Tuesday, October 18th, 2011. Today we had a total of 10 executable trade signals for a max potential of 27 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups and give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via our website at EminiJunkie.com. Okay, prior to our open this morning, we actually had a pre-market high probability half gap trade set up. That signal did fire long, and they did fill their pre-market half gap for targets 1 and targets 2 for 13 ticks. And then we opened up. Yesterday we had a nice methodical down day, and we opened around 1195.50. And what they did initially, there was some overhead resistance we were looking for the market to move up to. It was around 1202.50. We didn't quite get there. We basically went up into that Globex high area, and they sold the market off hard. You can see the speed of the move. It set up what would be an extension trade, and that first signal produced targets 1 and targets 2, and they broke down that first range that in the market open. They kind of busted out to the upside, was bound by the top, and they came back down towards yesterday's close, and they just really sold that off hard. And the market started moving down, and the momentum and thing that was trading there was quite fast. We went into the 10 o'clock reversal time, and you see how the market came up for one last touch of the moving average, rolled over, and then just quickly cut right through it and made a new high. At this point, that's an indication that there is going to be some stop run opportunities, and it was too fast to get on any type of extension on that first move, so the normal entry ended up getting stopped out. You can see on this pullback here, it ended up giving you a T1 minus 2, and there was not a signal to the downside, but it did do a reset of the signals and then gave you a nice entry to the upside, and that extension did hit, and that one did produce targets 1 and targets 2 for 13 ticks. And then the market kind of reversed, right? It started pushing higher, and remember that earlier pre-market high that was resistance. When we came up to that and broke through the open, once this area started holding here, that was an indication that the market was going to push higher, and sure enough it did. We went up to some major resistance areas. As it pushed higher here, we had some folks in the room that were holding on for a little longer trade. And remember that 1202.50 area we talked about pre-market? They went up just past that. They made it all the way up to 350. And then we had I believe there was a high tick reading right at this time as well. They sold it off hard, came back down through our moving average. Unfortunately for us, on this little push down, when we have these extreme moves, sometimes we'll get 3 signals, and it's usually the third signal that ends up being the best one. And that's what happened here. We ended up with the first signal, ended up with a T1 minus 2, gave a false signal to the upside, another T1 minus 2, and then that third signal after that extreme tick reading, that third signal was the winner. That one went for targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 7 ticks. And then they basically, that was the end of the morning session. And you can see what happened at lunch. The market just really took off. And we do not trade the red area you see on the screen here. We call that the lunchtime dead zone. But there was a big push up, and then it looked like they got into some sideways consolidation. Another push up, and it coming out of that lunchtime dead zone, this first move down, put into a signal short. Took a little bit of heat, ultimately got our first contract off, no follow through to the downside. Then there was a signal long. It looked like it was going to work out well for us, but the follow through, when the trade set up, we took our first contract off, and our stop adjust up, and when we did, it actually adjusted up right to the tick where we were taken out. So we probably, all things being equal, you would like to give it a little more room under the swing pivot, but we have very specific distances we play on our targets and our stops, and it's all based on the setup. So by our rule sets, you take a stop out, and it's unfortunate because it went on to hit what would have been its T2 target, but we weren't able to participate in that because we were stopped out. And then you had this quick move to the downside set up. There was an opportunity to get short. We were able to get the first contract off, no follow through, another T1 minus 2. So the afternoon's trading, not so good. There was 3 trades this afternoon, and all of them were T1 stop outs. But overall, the morning was great, and there was actually some opportunities to carry on and do a little better than the signal entries by themselves if you had the opportunity to trail that up and capture some of those larger swings that some of the folks in our room were able to take advantage of. So all in all, pretty good day. 10 trades, 27 ES ticks. I want to thank you for watching. For more details on this plan, including all the chart setups, or to join our live trading room and video newsletter, please visit EminiJunkie.com or just simply click the link at the top of the screen. Thanks, and make it a great day.